legislation while keeping together very narrow GOP majorities in Congress is going to be a difficult task, as always, but Republicans are taking a bit of a victory lap after this week in that respect. The GOP remained almost entirely unified behind their plan to keep federal agencies funded through the end of September, while increasing defense spending and trimming in other areas. The measure passed in the Senate on Friday, avoiding disruptions to government services, but also exposing divisions within the Democratic Party about how to push back against the Trump administration's agenda. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer defended his decision to allow the continuing resolution to advance, despite concerns that it gives President Trump too much discretion over spending decisions. And Schumer did receive some unusual praise from President Donald Trump, despite that criticism from some members of his party. President Trump wrote on social media that his move was smart and courageous, as he described it. And President Trump also, moving forward, called on lawmakers to come together to work on other measures, such as keeping, or rather disaster aid, and raising the nation's debt limit. Aaron?
Jackie, you mentioned this exposed tensions with the Democratic Party. Could there be further fallout from those who allowed this spending deal to move forward?
Yeah, Aaron, and the fundamental tension here was not whether they supported the CR or not. Most, if not all, Democrats, with the exception of really 2 or 3, said that they opposed the CR and that they did not want it to move forward. The question was which gave Trump more power, having a shutdown or the discretion given to him in the spending bill. But to the point of fallout for these members politically, yesterday the top House Democrat, Hakeem Jeffries, was asked if he has confidence in Schumer going forward, if he thinks there should be a change of leadership, and he repeatedly dodged those questions. Meantime, there are a number of influential progressive groups that are calling for political consequences for senators who cross the aisle to advance this Republican spending bill, from backlash in town halls to even primaries for some of these people when next time they're up for re-election. But a lot of the Democrats that did cross the aisle here, we should note, are retiring, or they hail from swing states where they may even get some brownie points for an act of bipartisanship. Back to you.
Jackie, thank you. President Donald Trump signed an executive order demanding 7 government entities reduce their staffing. Among them are the Institute of Museum and Library Services and the Interagency Council on Homelessness, the Agency for Global Media, which runs Voice of America and other government-funded media operations, is included also. All the entities are from within the executive branch of the government. The head of each organization must submit a report confirming compliance with the order within 7 days. If they don't, they risk losing their funding. Now to a live look at the state capitol this morning. The state's Human Resources Agency released more guidance on Governor Gavin Newsom's order requiring state employees to return to the office for most of their work week. The governor issued the executive order earlier this month requiring workers to be in the office at least 4 days a week starting July 1st. But according to the new guidelines, there are exceptions. They include employees who live 50 or more miles away from the office and made arrangements before March 3rd. Also included are workers whose position requires them to work far from the office and some employees with disabilities. Exceptions will be made on a case-by-case basis. Now to a live look at West Sacramento. We're looking at a run getting ready for the Shamrockin' Run. It's always so fun. It starts at 8 and goes until noon. We'll have more on the closures in the area in just a few minutes, but right now it's 7:09 and it's time for a check of our forecast every 10 minutes with meteorologist Kelly Curran.